Welcome back, everyone. I'm Veronica, that's Megan, and we are the Sisters of the Written Realm. Today, we are going to be discussing chapters 26 to 31 of ACOTAR series, so sit down, grab your best tea, and we're going to get into it with a quick recap. But before that, what really matters.
The most important part.
So my dad said, you seem like you drink a lot on this episode, like during these episodes. And I was like, I don't. So this one's for you, Dad.
No, this one's for you too.
All right, how
we'll get there.
Do I open this? Mother, help!
We love portion control.
Oh,
we love it.
Oh, there we go.
Pour the whole thing. I want to see. I didn't think there was a lot left in that bottle. There was a lot left in that bottle.
Ooh. Nice little brute. My friend got me this.
Like bubbles.
There's way more in it. I just had to chill. There it is.
Mine's from the last time we recorded, so it's been quite some time.
See, I had a bottle. Yeah, I had a bottle that I've been staring at from our last recording, and I was like, ooh.
Don't do it.
I shouldn't. Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Clink.
That was the most aggressive sip.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's fucking fire. Enough about the wine. I have my tea.
So we left you off. We did chapters 20 through 24 last episode, but we have a lot packed for you this episode. But before we get into it, we had Feyre, who was not allowed to go to Calanmai, aka Fire Night, but she follows the drums anyway, like Moana to the ocean, and goes, naturally. While she's there, she gets encountered by 3 unmasked Fae. And while she's going through that, a tall, dark, and handsome man saves her, saying, I've been looking for you. He had violet eyes, disappeared almost as soon as he arrived. And after that, she does go back to her room because Lucian literally hauls her on his back, brings her to the room, and was like, this time I'm telling you not to leave your room. Not for anything. No. Midnight rolls around. Girl gets hungry. So, midnight snack turns into a little midnight bite when she sees Tamlin. And he corners her, bites her neck, and admits that he was looking for her during the Great Rite. What happens is when, you're having unwanted attention, or so you're playing the part, she slaps him. But she's feeling herself. So next day, after they have breakfast all together and it gets super awkward where Lucian leaves the room, she's like, I'm gonna really do this. And we went through the Princess Diaries on the palo, can take this and this. And she wears this really nice dress that Alice puts on her. And Lucian, again, excuses himself like a coward. But that's okay. That's okay, because it's just her and Tam Tam. And Tam Tam's like, I'm going to show you everything. So he shrinks the table so she's up close to them. So that long table became like a table for 2. Vibe shifts from, captor, captive to romance. He takes her out. He kisses her eyelids to remove the human glamour that she's been under. And she can finally see his true Fae form, which is apparently even more handsome than we thought. Good for her. Alice, she noticed, is now tree bark skin. And she realized that Tamlin was using all this magic to just pretty much protect her from the outside world. But that's why she was able to see the puka, the suriel, and the naga, because they were outside the court. Anything with inside the court, he had a glamour on. But next day, now that she actually can see everything, she's inspired. So she decides she's going to take her canvas and her paint outside to the garden and start painting a beautiful landscape. But she's rudely interrupted by a head in the fountain, which Tamlin says that this was a warning from the Night Court.
So, Tamlin gets called away on patrol business, things with the border. And I feel like this has something to do with the fact that the head was just found in the fountain. He's going to go see what he can do. What can you really do? I don't know. They didn't give much detail. Farah is inconsolable. She won't paint. She won't eat. She can't sleep because Tamlin might be in danger. Right? Days go by and she's like, oh my God, I miss him. But okay. She wakes up to a summer solstice celebration getting ready that she is actually invited to. Go figure.
Crazy. That's crazy.
She gets to go to this one.
Wow.
And she's getting ready, and Alice, quote, "Summer solstice. The main celebration used to be at the summer court, but things are different. So now we have one here, too. You're going."
Thanks.
I thought that was cute. She's like, okay, I'll go. Farrah's obviously still worried about Tamlin throughout the day, but then when she's in her painting room, she hears him arrive. Doesn't see him, but she can hear that he's there talking with Lucian or doing something. So she's like, okay, I can focus on summer solstice. Let me get ready. Let me get beautiful. And she does. She wears this beautiful blue gown with gold accents. Her hair's flowing wild. She's got wildflowers, like a crown on her head. Super cute. She goes to the summer solstice, starts eating all these delicious treats and stuff that's familiar to her. And she's like loving life. Lucian's like, dude, whatever you do, do not drink the fairy wine because you're going to get obliterated. And she's like, I'm fine. She drinks the fairy wine, gets completely intoxicated, starts dancing wildly. And this was something so funny to me because when I read this, when I was reading this, I was like, oh my God, I just picture her spinning around the room with wine and Lucian's like,
just trying to follow her.
Because he promised to take care of her. So I'm just picturing him like wild eyes, like, please, stop. Oh, right? And I thought that was super funny. But, you know, he's keeping an eye on her. And she's remaining beautiful and no issues in the world. Tamlin's safe wherever he is. She starts like dancing around where the musicians are playing. And she does this wild turn and then bam, like in the movies, Tamlin's there. He's the one playing the fiddle to the music that she's dancing to. They're like locking eyes, like, right? Oh. And I was like, oh, that's cute.
I want the band.
Lucian says to Tamlin, I left her alone for a little at one of the food tables, and when I caught up to her, she was drinking the wine and... Well, the rest is history, because we can clearly see she's having the time of her life. So, if she doesn't need a keeper, why then is he telling her what the fuck to do?
Right. Because then, like, Tam is like, I'll watch over her. Like, she's fine. And she's like, I don't need a keeper. And he's like, yeah, no, totally.
As he watches her insanely. So Tamlin then says, time goes faster when you're drunk on fairy wine.
Okay, wait though, because the food's better, the wine's better.
Clearly.
Interesting.
And then, so chivalrous of him, he sweeps her away. And he's like, come with me, I want to show you something. And she's drunk. So she's like, hell yeah, let's go.
AKA, you're embarrassing me, so let me take you to somewhere that's nowhere.
So he's like, let me show you the will-o-wisps, which are the spirits of air and light. and asks her to dance. Of course, she is into it, right? She's like, hell yeah. I feel like the romance is brewing, it's building up. And I quote, I was as unburdened as a piece of dandelion fluff.
Ooh.
The less dandelion. Sorry. And he was the wind that stirred me about the world. Wow.
Ooh.
He says that he thinks he might kiss her, and she says, do it.
Do it.
You won't.
I dare you.
So when I was reading this, it was such a build-up. I was like, oh my god, this is slow-mo. It's happening. Tamlin kisses Farah, and they watch the sunrise together. I pictured this like sparks flying and spring, all the remaining flowers like fully bloomed, and waterfalls and fireworks. I was just like, ah!
I'm ready.
She says it was one of the happiest moments of her life, which, no offense, doesn't say much because her life has been trash since. So, I mean, but good for you, girl.
You get that. You get that bag.
Hell yeah. And basically, she never understood until now that there was such a thing as a better life than what she had.
Well,
I'm sure.
Duh. Like, didn't you think about that day one when you're like,
Yeah.
there's marble floors, there's a nice staircase.
Golden staircase.
I have my own room.
I have a servant.
I have a servant. Unreliable narrator is what I say.
Agreed. Pick your poison.
Chapter 6. Chapter 26. Okay. Chapter 26 starts off. They're at lunch now. Lucian starts teasing Tam and Feyre. He's like, y'all didn't come home till dawn. What were you doing? But enough of that. I don't really care to hear. Mm-hmm. I also received a letter from my contact at the Winter Court. Apparently, the Blight took 24 of their youngins, breaking their minds. Now we know that youngins, because of Alice, youngins are very hard to come by. There's not a lot of them. So the fact that there's 24 gone now is crazy. Other courts apparently are being hit as the Blight makes its way further south. But all of a sudden, as they're having this conversation, Tamlin jumps to his feet and starts like snarling at the front door. Who do you think it is?
I mean, something to get him rattled. I'm excited.
I'm excited too. Because he tells Lucian he better hide Feyre by the windows. There's no other time to get her to another room. She starts smelling magic as a glamour makes her invisible. So she can kind of see what's going on. Kind of like an invisible cloak. Like she can see everything, but she is glamoured. Feyre knows something terrible is coming if Tam and Lucian are this afraid. And then, quote, and then he appeared. He, like the Atcher, belonged to something else. Someone else. Who? He was handsome. This dark-haired man who was actually the same man that during Calanmai came to rescue Feyre from those like menacing fairies. We find out his name when Tam says, what do you want, Rhysand? Rhysand's like, literally? Thank you for this introduction, but only my prisoners and enemies call me that. It's been 49 years, can't you call me like something else? But he taunts Tam for not attempting to save him or his land the last 49 years as his Blight's taking over, and Lucian calls Rhysand Amarantha's whore. Claps back to Lucian, though, saying his mother's in mourning since he switched to the Spring Court. So obviously, these guys got history, right? When Feyre met him, she realized not part of the Spring Court. Being confirmed right now, not part of the Spring Court.
Well, no mask, right?
No mask. And now he knows Lucian and I guess his parents. But it kind of sounds like he's friends with, like, Lucian's, like, crazy father. The fact that he's like, oh, your mother's in mourning. But then there's a quote. Rhysand laughed. A lover's laugh. Low, soft, intimate. Is that any way to speak to a High Lord of Prythian? My heart stopped dead. That was why those fairies had run off on Fire Night. To cross him would have been suicide. And from the way darkness seemed to ripple from him, from those violet eyes that burn like stars. Fairy, honey, you okay? You alright?
She's swooning. That's what that sounds like.
She's like, I'm terrified of you, but I kind of love it.
I'm intrigued.
But as all of this is going on, Lucian's like referring to him as Amaranth, this whore. Rhysand's like, are you going to do something about your pet? Because, like, he's talking to me like this. This is crazy. And Tamtam's like, I'm not doing anything. So Rhysand's kind of like mocking them, but as he's going to turn away, he notices something very interesting, and that was that the table was set for 3. It's only Tamlin and Lucian at this lunch. So Rhysand catches on, and he says, you dare glamour me? Like, his face turned red, and he was like, fury.
I feel like the whole manor rattled.
Yeah, and he just, like, with a swift motion, he could see Feyre, and he recognizes her. And he looks at her, and he says, I remember you. It seems like you ignored my warning to stay out of trouble. Sir? Sorry? But Lucian intervenes, and he's like, no. Homegirl, betrothed. Can't touch her. Rhysand starts, like, taunting Lucian. He's like, oh, you got a mortal pet? Like, oh, mortal scum. I love that for you.
Fitting.
I figured it as much. And he literally, like, brushes Lucian aside, who's still in front of Feyre, like, trying to protect her. It was kind of like a bug on the windshield.
Just scoop.
And Tamlin's like, Rhysand, like, this isn't funny. Just leave. And then there's a quote from Feyre. Against my volition, my body straightened, every muscle going taut, my bones straining. Magic, but deeper than that. Power that seized everything inside me and took control. Even my blood flowed where he willed it. Honey, where is he willing your blood to go?
That's what I want to know. Where's
going?
his blood flow at? No, sorry.
Sorry. Too soon. And Tamlin's like, please, like, just leave her alone. But Rhysand clutches her mind. He uses magic to just pry into Feyre's mind. That's part of the reason why her body, like, straightened and everything. She was doing all of this because of him. And as he's, like, kind of coaxing her mind, he says, she has the most delicious thoughts about you, Tamlin. She wondered about the feeling of your fingers on her thighs. Between them two.
I don't have any wine for this.
I got a drink too. Because, do you actually think he's inside her mind, or you think he's, like, kind of picking up on the vibes?
It's tough to tell. It
is. Because from Feyre's point of view, like, he's there.
He's in there.
Like, sweeping the inside of her mind. But he looks to Tamlin. Rhysand does. And he says, Amaranth will enjoy breaking her. And he's like, please don't. I'll, like, do whatever you want, just please don't. And he's like, okay. Beg. So he has Tamlin and Lucian kneel with their foreheads on the floor, groveling at his feet. And Rhysand, all he says is, lower. Are we
not.
okay?
No, I am not okay. I am not okay,
Are we
and I'll tell you
alright?
why. Because we are talking like this is just beg lower. The book is saying Tam went hands down, fully down to the ground, right?
Didn't want to
and
do
he's
it.
also like, you know what, Lucian, Fox boy, get down on your knees too. And he's like, set. The control and fear that he had for just saying Amarantha's gonna enjoy breaking her, for them to grovel like that, I was like, I got the ick. I'm not gonna lie, I got the ick. I got the ick so fast.
1,000%. Like, this High Lord apparently is on his hands and knees begging.
My future baby daddy will beg to no one.
No one. But Rhysand turns back to Feyre and asks her name. And she knows. She's like, this guy, I knew you were trouble when you walked in, honey. Ain't no way.
You were trouble when you walked in. Shame on me. Sorry. Continue.
But she knew, exactly. So she's like, I can't possibly give him my name. First name that comes to mind is a friend of Nesta's. Her name's Claire Bedore. Rhysand then tells the trio as he's leaving, and they're like still trying to figure out what the hell freaking happened. He says, this was entertaining. I really enjoyed this. I'll see you under the mountain, and I'll give Amarantha your regards. And then he disappears. He crashed lunch, but left no crumbs.
Yes. My question for that is, to bring up your point of like, do you think he's just making up those thoughts because he's reading the room? Wouldn't he just be able to tell what her name was in her mind?
Right. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. Like, so he knew. He like caught on the vibe. So I'm sure that was all like
A ploy.
a ploy. Maybe he's not as powerful as everyone thinks.
I mean, in my opinion, it's that or Farah. I mean, we're reading fantasy fiction, right? Let's be real. She's got something that she's got a mind of steel, maybe, or something.
Ooh, that could be it. Yeah.
Where because it says in the book she was focusing really hard on not thinking about her name, and she was keeping calm. She wasn't keeping calm before, so maybe she was just inviting him in to see, like, yeah, bitch, I like Tamlin.
Yeah. You'll know this. You won't know my name.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
Claire? No. What does she do?
I mean, she doesn't think he's going to do anything with that info.
I digress. But that's where we leave off in chapter 26. Smells like alcoholism.
Yes. Book club.
What are you up to today? Just book club? Oh, okay, have fun.
The girls that get it.
I was going to pull out my wine chiller, but it'll be gone. So we time jumped. Not in the book, just in life. Don't judge us. Farah, she goes to bed. She's like, oh my God, thinking about Rhysand and everything he said and how crazy it was to see her High Lord on his knees begging. So girls getting the ick too, right? Like, she didn't say it, but she said it. And little knock on the door, walks right in, doesn't even wait, whatever. And she's like, huh? And I quote, Farah, I'm sending you home. I've taken your life debt. Should someone come inquiring after the broken laws, I'll take responsibility for Andre's death.
No.
Why?
I just started to like this place. Why are you sending me home? I'm not trying to get out of here.
To the shed?
No.
What is happening? And of course, like, It's crazy how insecure she is because the first thing she says is, "Did I do something wrong?" Girl, read the room. You're in danger. Duh. Duh. She feels like he's kicking her out. Tamlin assures Farrah, like, no, it's nothing you did. It's literally nothing you did. She protests. Exactly. I want to help you. Girl, how are you going to help this man fight what he's about to fight?
Excuse me. She is a survivor. Okay? That bow and arrow?
Oh yeah. She really showed us when she killed that wolf that wasn't attacking. We really know. All those bunny rabbits she kills, she is a cold-blooded killer.
He's a killer, Bella.
But he's not changing his mind. He's like, no, I don't want to hear it. If he can't protect himself from the dangers of Prithian, how is he going to protect her? Which is, like, fair, right? She says, when you go back, let them believe the glamour. You were at your aunt's house who was sick. She died. Let them believe that. Don't talk about Prithian because everyone's going to be looking for you. And Amarantha's spies are going to be out there. So shut up. Just like...
Knock it off.
Stop. And I quote, home. It wasn't my home. It was hell. I want to stay with you. Treaty or no treaty. Blight or no blight.
It screams desperate.
A little bit. I mean, I get it. Now you're not feeling like you're a slave anymore. It's more your home than wherever you're getting shipped off to now is. You are feeling like you were starting a life with someone and had these intimate feelings, and it was slow. It was a slow burn. But now we can't even have a discussion. Like, it's been decided I'm leaving.
I think the fuck not.
So, of course, they're in her bedroom. This is finally when some smut comes in. She's just like, in her head, I don't want to wait. We're doing this now. She jumps on top of him, and he's like, whoa, right? Loving every second of it. The roles quickly switch with him being on top, and she's like, needless to say, clothes come off, things get bitten.
It's not funny. It's not funny. I just remember reading this, and she's like, and he kissed where he had bitten me. And I was like, oh, girl's got it bad.
Oh, she's ready. Ready. So he definitely gets lucky because they go to town, and she says, give me everything, right?
Okay, Feyre.
High Lord of the Spring Court's about to give you everything. And he did. And I quote, the full force of that wild, unrelenting High Lord's power focused solely on me, and I felt the storm contained beneath his skin, so capable of sweeping away everything I was, even in its lessened state.
Okay, wait.
Chill.
The lesson state part, though, like, I know, like, he's not as all-powerful and magical as he once was, but that's a backhand compliment at best.
But she doesn't matter. I mean, if I'm looking at an 8-pack, yeah.
It could have been a 10. Who knows?
Could have been worse. No. Could have been worse. She is like, I don't want to go to bed because he starts getting up, right? And she's like, don't go. He's like, you're not going to sleep. And she's like, but I will. And he's, no, you won't. She's like, please. He curls up. She's laying in his arms, not wanting to go to bed, to miss any minute of it, right? And finally, sleep takes over, and she thinks she's dreaming, but he says to her, and she hears it, "I love you, thorns and all."
Oh, that's so sweet, though.
Because she was talking like, oh, like, she's damaged goods, like, no wonder you're sending me away, like, I'm just, like, standoffish. So him reassuring, like, thorns and all.
I'm a little thorny, you're a little horny. It's fine.
Write that down! When she wakes up, the High Lord is gone.
Well, that sucks. She's a little thorny, he's a little horny. I like that one. So next day approaches. Alice is getting her ready for this trip back home. She gives Feyre like this very frilly, uncomfortable dress. And she's like, this is suitable for wealthy humans to wear on our trip. So you're good. Lucian sees her ready to leave and he questions Tam Tam outside the house with his decision to have Feyre leave at all. And he says, and I quote, "You're not even going to give her a few more days? Just a few? Before you send her back to that human cesspit?" I mean, it worked, right? Like, they're friends now. He gets it. He gets it.
But that's an underlying, you're not even going to give her a few more days. What would a few more days help? Why does it matter? Oh, young Lucian, we see you.
We see you. We see you. Tamlin refuses to debate it. He's like, this isn't a conversation we're having right now, dude. Like, she's on her way home. And she kind of looks to Tam Tam. Like, he could be right. Like, I don't know what I'm getting myself into. And he tells Feyre, the mortal realm remains safe for you, for your family. Feyre, in her leaving, she has a bunch of trunks with her, but she's like, I noticed I haven't packed my paintings, but Tamlin, I want you to have them. And he's like, that's not a problem because I'll see you again. And he tells her that he loves her. She gets in the carriage for her trip, but she does not say anything back. All right. This is my pet peeve. In real life, in the movies, in books, in TV, when you love someone and they say, I love you, and you're like, okay. I'll see you later. It's my pet. Even if you don't love them back, just be like, you too. I like you too.
Something.
I care about you. Something.
I care about you.
Girl, it's my literal pet peeve. I see this every time. Like, to the point Laszlo, like, we'll watch a show, and he's like, I love you, and they kiss each other and then leave. And I'm, like, looking at him, and he's looking at me because he knows I'm frothing. I'm just steaming. But as soon as she gets in the carriage, they enter the woods. Feyre notices a scent of magic and falls asleep. When she wakes up, she's in front of this huge, large mansion, bustling with servants. So she's thinking to herself, like, this must be kind of like a hotel on my way. It did take 2 days before. Maybe the carriage is just going to stop so I could take a rest. But she noticed that the servants had round ears. So that's when she was like, I'm back. And she didn't realize where she was until she saw her sisters, Nesta and Elaine. And they don't even recognize her at first. But she gets out of the carriage and they start talking. And she's like, yeah, Aunt Ripley died. And I got her fortune. And Elaine's like, that's crazy that, like, we came into all this money so fast because literally a couple of days after you died, like, what had happened was, what happened was,
Dad's business popped off.
literally. So, what had happened was, her father's, like, ships that were previously lost, that he gambled all their money gone 8 years ago, were found. And all of a sudden, the man was like, I'm gonna double your investment. So they became super wealthy. Cargo intact. Now, isn't that interesting, though, right? It's only a few days after she had left, months ago, back when she was a mere prisoner, that all of this money, like, came to her family. She knew Tam Tam was like, I'm gonna take care of your family. I believe you. But, like, this?
To the extent. Also, it wasn't like magical jewels appeared at their front door. He made it believable. I mean, in their human eyes, like, oh, well, duh. Look, my ships are back. Now that's why we're wealthy. Because I was thinking the same thing, like, reading the chapters of your family's provided for. I was like,
how, though?
Yeah. Do you just drop jewels on their doorstep? No. So this makes sense.
That's funny you say that, because I almost thought that, like, Aunt Ripley was gonna pay them for, like, Feyre living with them, but the fact that he went through all this extreme, like, and I'm sure that's what she assumed too, because, oh, like, she's paying me for my services, surely they'll be able to have a meal, but this is just crazy. So, Feyre, as the narrator again says, he'd freed me from the treaty to keep me safe, because whatever storm was about to break in Prythian was brutal enough that even a High Lord couldn't stand against it. I had to stay. It was wise to stay here, but I couldn't fight the sensation, like a darkening shadow within me, that I'd made a very big mistake in leaving. No matter Tamlin's orders, stay with the High Lord, the Surreal said. It's only command. What do we think about that? Surreal's like, homegirl, stay with the High Lord. And she's like, but I can't possibly.
I'm here.
I mean,
the series is currently 5 books. So, homegirl definitely
fair
gets back, right? That's what I'm thinking when she's all in her feelings. I'm like, you're going to go back. There's 5 books.
But at the time, she's thinking, I'm not, like, that was the last time I saw the love of my life. It's been real.
A week, a month, a year?
Who knows? Who knows? But Elaine's like, Daddy is gonna weep when I see
Daddy who? Stop. Don't call her father Daddy. No. Father
will weep when he sees you. And he does. And he's like, actually, like, I'm gonna throw a ball in your honor. But all the time, Feyre is regretting having left. Feyre's dad sweeps in, and he's like, I'm so glad that you're home. We're gonna throw a huge ball. It's gonna be great. But all the while, like, Feyre's like, no, I was supposed to stay with the High Lord. Like, this is not good. And that's where we leave off for chapter 28.
So time goes on when she's at home, and Feyre starts to realize it's not hard to lie about this story with the aunt because they're all glamored, right? Easy. And time passes. Her dad is loving just calculating in his office all the jewels that came in, and they're not cut. They're like raw freaking jewels that could buy 1 million estates. Like, that's how much she came with, which is insane. And he's like loving that. He's like, oh my God, look at all this money, right? And she sees that he's done with the calculating. This is side note. She's like, oh, put some little stashes away, pretty please, right? Cool. But he's busy in his office doing all of that. Are you sure that's a good idea? given his history.
No. Absolutely
No.
not. No.
Absolutely not.
You, for the past 8 years, I have been out on my ass. Okay. Feeding this family. I've fed them. Even while I was gone, you would have gotten some money from Aunt Ripley, or whatever the hell her name is. So no. Do I want you touching my jewels?
Probably not.
Honey, no. I'm sorry. You don't have a... He's gonna go gamble it, or do whatever he did the first time.
And lose his ships.
Lose his ship, lose his shit, and everything's gone.
Farah, when she sees her dad, also notices that his limp has kind of subsided.
That's interesting.
And he was like, oh yeah, this crazy healer was wandering through, gave me a remedy for free, and crazy. Tam, which was nice. He said he's providing for the family, but that is a little extra, like going above and beyond. Like,
a little cherry on top.
Yeah. So that was cute. She heads to Elaine in the garden. Elaine's garden. She won't let the servants, I say servants, that's so rude. The maids
The
and
help.
the help.
What are you supposed to
The help.
The help.
She doesn't let the help touch her specific garden. Like, everything that was done in that garden, she has tended to, planted, watered. She does admit to saying that they help me carry, like, the large gallon jugs of water, but that's it. And she was talking about the socialite season, that it was super weird this time around. Farrah's asking why. And Elaine says, well, they kind of forgot that we were in poverty and just scum for a couple years. They just choose to not talk about it, like it didn't exist.
Enter Bridgerton season 5.
Valid. So true. And Elaine's like, we should travel the world together. Let's go see the continent. Dad said he'll take me to see the flowers that are always in bloom. Farrah's standing next to her thinking, the spring court looks better, but whatever. And Nesta's off to the side, which is surprising that she's even remotely involved in anything, right? And she's by a mulberry tree just staring into the lands, which is so Nesta. And she also didn't like the socialite season. She just didn't want anything to do with anything that was going on.
Yeah, she like declined invites and stuff. Like, suitors would come to their house. She's like, no, not you. You're short. No, not you. I don't like your hair.
So valid. So valid.
She knows what she wants.
Days passed and Farrah was trying to settle in, but she couldn't. She had all the tools to paint and whatnot, and she didn't. The food tasted awful. Now, mind you, she's from Prithian now, right? That's her home. This stuff tastes like ash to her compared to what I ate in Prithian at the summer court.
Ash or ass?
Do you think that everything also seemed dull because not only is she back in the shit realm, but she's also with her without her baby Tam Tam?
I think it's probably a combo for sure, because like she had these rose-colored glasses on for the past how many months? Mm-hmm. Like, it's summer now, 6 months probably. Like, she was living it up, where everything was so... It was like seeing everything in like 4D, and now she's back in like the 2D kind of realm. So, I mean, but she also found the love of her life. And now she's back home.
The love of her life.
The love of her life.
Farrah, remember I said that she asked her dad to like put aside a couple bags of gold? She's wanting to take that to the town, right? The town that she sold the pelts to with the mercenary and all that jazz, and the Children of the Blessed. So she was planning on going there to stop by, see what's going on. And as she's walking the path, as she's walking the path, she sees the two roads, like one to town, one to her cottage. And she just looks at how run down it is. Elaine's garden is just withered away and overgrown. It cannot believe that that's what she was residing in for those years compared to what she's been at, and also compared to what they're at right now. It's almost crazy to think that that was their life like that.
She's still Jenny from the block. Used to have a little, now she has a lot. All right. 30 starts off with Feyre giving the poorest people in the village small bags of gold and silver. And I quote, "The impoverished people of our village didn't ask questions when I handed them the little bags of silver and gold. They tried to refuse, some of them not even recognizing me, but I left the money anyway. It was the least I could do." She sees Nesta's old flame in the village, Thomas Mandry, and she's like, "Oh, he's turned into a man. He's got a wife." She also sees her own old flame, Isaac Hale, her former lover, with his wife, who is actually pregnant. But she thinks to herself, human. He seems so human. So she smiled at them and wished them well. So do you think that she was ever actually in love with Isaac, or was he just kind of there?
He was just available, please.
Fair.
No future in those eyes.
She returns home. She finds the whole household getting ready for the ball in 2 days. Vera helps dig up a new garden for Elaine. Elaine's like, "Honey, you gotta wear gloves. Like, we are high society now. Like, people can't see those calluses on your fingers."
Oh, damn.
And she's like, "No, I want them to see. It's all right. I appreciate it, though." Meanwhile, she's kind of caught up in her head about the blight, and she can't bring herself to paint. And she's trying to still sell this story about Aunt Ripley. And Nesta reveals that the glamour actually did not work on her. And I quote, Nesta says, "Apparently an iron will is all it takes to keep a glamour from digging in. So I had to watch as Father and Elaine went from sobbing hysterics into nothing. I had to listen how lucky it was for you to be taken to some made-up aunt's house." Are you jealous, girl? You jealous? You think? So Nesta also explains that she tried to follow Feyre, and she could not find a way through the wall. And that's actually why she chose not to marry Thomas Mandry, her old flame. Because when Feyre had seen Thomas Mandry, she's like, what about him? Like, I thought you guys were like a sure thing. And she's like, I realized he wouldn't have gone with me to save you in Prythian. And for her, that was a raging, unrelenting heart. It would have been a line in the sand. So Feyre's thinking, she hears this and she's like, well, my sister, she cares about me.
I was just gonna say, there's so many things to unpack.
So many things.
Like the small world Elaine's currently in of like, careful with your calluses. And she's like, there's people dying. You think I give a fuck about these calluses? And then you move on to the next thing. And Nesta's like, yeah, I know everything. You are fooling no one.
It's giving. the Kardashians when Kim's like, oh my god, I lost my diamond earring. And Courtney's like, Kim, there are people starving. There are people dying.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. But Feyre decides that she's actually going to teach Nesta how to paint, so they kind of bond. And in spite of the fortune, despite everything that has gone on, Nesta reveals not only did she understand that the blight was going on, or there was something going on in Prythian, and that's where Feyre was, but she also tells Feyre that even though this glamour has been here and Dad finally has his fortune back, like, I still don't like him. Like, he let us starve, he let our mother die, he could have done anything. And I quote, there are days when I want to ask him if he remembers the years he almost let us starve to death. She continues when Feyre tries to point out that, like, he loved their mother. And she says, he let her die. You would have gone to the ends of the earth to save your High Lord. That's where we leave off chapter 30. You'll have to listen next time to actually hear how the ball went. If Elaine gets a suitor, if maybe Feyre gets an interesting lad, or maybe Nesta.
So, tune into us. We're just two gals that like to talk about smut, and we think we're pretty funny.
Kind of funny.
Hit the like and subscribe.
Talk to you next time. Bye.
Bye.